And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, let that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, baby, stand tall. Well, not at all. And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let people know where to go. Cowboys risk will always be there. Yeah, so take them. That's all I'm going to say, take them. Yep. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation's groove? I see skies are blue, clouds are white, trees are green, thank you, and red roses too. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. 5, 4, 3, 2, and what? Come on with it. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. What a wonderful world. Come on with it.
Come on now, dog.
All right, so the Cowboys decided to bring back the 90s, baby. Come on, baby. That man got a hot top fade. He the last living hot top fade, is he? You know, kid and play. Yeah. If we going to go back to the glory days, you know, we might as well bring back the 90s, man. You know, somebody said, I'm done with the 90s, but not him. Not Tyreek, or however you say that man's name. He will be your new wide receiver coach with the elite hair gang. And his name, Tyquan, I meant to say Underwood, not Blair, but Tyquan, Rich Homie Quan, you know, he will be the person of the hot top fade, and that is elite. So he will be your new quote unquote wide receiver coach. And, you know, let's see what he can do. Got the hair coming out the hat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's a unique look, and it's gonna be on the Cowboys sideline. You know, he can't catch a piece and braid that part, you know, but he's got the hot top fade. He can do the slope in it all. Y'all appreciate him for tuning in. And just before we hit live, we can look into those things as it relates to Cooper Kupp. The Rams lamented the fact that they are going to they're going to trade him, and we just looking for people who's willing to spend some coins for that, and that could be a thing. You know, how do y'all feel about Cooper Kupp? Because we talked about already Myles Garrett being here, and that could be a beautiful thing for us. It could be a wonderful world for us with that. And then on top of that, you know, it could be a situation and scenario that the Cowboys could, dare I say, still be at play with all of this. How do y'all feel about everything? Before we get into the show, how y'all feel about everything? I got everything in order, in live, in view over here. Hit those like buttons, send them over. Shout out to you, Jay Business. Big says no. Angie, appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. And if we missed your super chats from this morning, you know, charge it to our head, not our hearts. You know, we was limited time, and then of course, you know, y'all know how that goes. But if we can't get around to everybody's super chats, man, you know, we really appreciate y'all so much for y'all support, especially during the off season, man. You know, But the Cowboys make it as if though you got something to talk about each and every day. You got something to go over. People got something to say. And that's just how that goes, too. Appreciate y'all. Cooper Kupp, yes. I was just Kupp last stream this morning, right? You were just talking about Kupp. All right, so if I missed out any of you guys, super chats, let me know, and I could try to dig them up. But this would be a great, along with Myles Garrett, yes. So as we look at everything, the fullness of the picture. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. Boom. Yeah. All right. Got to get that going. Angie Law always miss my super chat. We appreciate y'all's support. Appreciate your support. We really apologize for all of the technical difficulties. Riggs. Yeah. All right. So Kupp plays a slot. This is from Postal Pack. Here's the thing. With Cooper Kupp, we know that he's a bigger frame. He's a good wide receiver, get two-way goes. Not the fastest of the feet, but he gets open. And that's something that the Cowboys need, an experienced wide receiver. The Rams with Puka Nacua, they realized they found a gem, so they're going to start working and getting him involved. He became the number one receiver there. And when it's time to move on, the Rams going to move on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's time. But when you look at it from this perspective, yes, we are heavy loaded in the slot. And some wide receivers, that's where they make their money. No offense to the Ohio State wide receiver. What's his name? Mbuka. I'm gonna kill his name. But when you look at his tape, he lines up in the slot. More and more wide receivers nowadays are lining up in the slot because they give you so many versatility. You get two-way goals. You get free releases. You can't jam them. And then what happened when you develop so well at that spot? Why change it out, So I think that even on the next level, he will be a slot wide receiver. So the return of the slot wide receivers is a major thing. I think when you look at everything, the one of the issues with CeeDee Lamb is that, he line up in the slot. But when we have smaller guys that can step in and do things, normally they in the slot, right? Because you want to avoid the absolute press and things like that. So when we looked at Brandon Cooks, it was like, hey, him on the outside, a lot of teams waved us off, right? He didn't have that elite speed like he had 5 years ago or 3 years ago. So when Brandon Cooks line up in the slot, people were like, we can pay attention there, but that's where CeeDee Lamb get busy at, right? So it's the drop-off from Brandon Cooks on the outside versus him in the inside. But Lamb, you can line him up anywhere, but he eats really well inside. Now, fast forward into Cooper Kupp, Emeka Ibuka. Appreciate you, Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. Emeka, he's a slot guy, bigger slot guy. So is Cooper Kupp. So when you look at Cooper Kupp, you can line him up inside the slot and on the outside. So, but he's primarily a slot guy too. The thing is, you can do more damage with the conversion rate of Cooper Kupp's and CeeDee Lamb. Eric, appreciate you. Come on with it. Cooper Kupp, yes. Myles Garrett, yes. Draft a wide receiver or running back. We need both. So my whole mindset with all of this is when we start talking about drafting, what I want the Cowboys to do is not draft on an empty stomach. We've been drafting on an empty stomach because we lean so much on the draft and we disregard the things that this team needs. And then they go in there and they're hungry, and that's the first thing they do. They start drafting off of needs when it's supposed to be BPA. It's supposed to be BPA, best player available, and the Cowboys just don't do that. So what I ultimately want this particular team to do is figure out a way to dance around in free agency or make acquisitions so that you don't have to 1,000% depend on the draft. Now, we're going to get into some of those conversational pieces, but that's why it's so pivotal. If you already have a Kupp here, there's the draft still available. You can still draft something. It's still free, right? So I would suggest the Cowboys to look at this draft and say you got 10 draft picks. There's the unknowns of all of these guys. It is literally the mystery box. There's no guarantees out there.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
We just don't know. So it's one of those things where it's the Cowboys must do their homework. And we know of a known commodity out of Myles Garrett. We know of a known commodity out of Cooper Kupp. Those boys, if healthy, they give you good numbers. They give you good notes on things as it relates to that. So it would be crazy for the Cowboys not to consider those small things before they go into this particular draft. So one of the issues been with this team, before we go a little bit further into this, been how we draft. The safe pick. The safe pick will always tell you, hey, man, these guys are good draft picks. Hey, man, Cowboys draft pretty well. Hey, man, I don't see no fault within the confines of the Cowboys drafting the way that they are. And my guy brought up a good point, attack on the Cowboys. He brought up a great point. And it goes a little bit like this. He states here, let me go to this page. I see skies are blue. that hot top fade is killing it. Shoot, where is it? Here you go. He says the Dallas Cowboys have drafted just 5 offensive skill positions in the first round since 19 of 97. In 2020, let me go ahead and pull this up right quick. It states this right here. I'm going to read it in the other variations of this. David LaFleur in 97, Julius Jones in 2004, Felix Jones in 2008, Desmond Bryant in 2010, Ezekiel Elijah Elliott in 2016, and also in 2020, CeeDee Lamb. Out of that list of characters, David LaFleur probably be your worst draft pick out of all of those boys. Julius Jones did a great job. He just broke his leg. Felix Jones, and shout out to you, Felix. I know how you feel about the nation, though, bro. But Felix Jones went from looking like David Chappelle, and then he looked like a refrigerator with legs. He gained too much weight. I was like, damn. But the pressure got to him, you know. And I know you wasn't scrambling and scraping over there at one of those Jerry parties, Felix, but you gained a lot of weight, man, and you still had the little legs, man. Refrigerator with legs, man. And then Ezekiel Elliott, I think that he was railroaded in 2017 by missing 6 games, being a healthy Zeke. This is crazy. And then CeeDee Lamb. All of those boys on that list pretty well, you know. So I think that the Cowboys, one of the other issues with the Cowboys been that they've been voided of drafting skilled players. And here we are in 2025. We are still banging on the table saying, hey, let's go get another unskilled player. And there was a topic line earlier this morning like, hey, you know, do you go and get offensive linemen for this group? Well, can somebody point out and tell me what is the definition of insanity, you know? Yeah. Adam said, let's go get Cooper Kupp. Yeah. Cowboys 0-16 next season. Paint a star on that Tesla, you know. It's impossible for the Cowboys to go 0-16, by the way, Alan. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support. We will find a way to win, you know. We'll find a way to win. We need playmakers. Sometimes when we go into these postseason games, remove all of what we said about the regular season, because since 1997, we are top 6 or top 7 in the regular season, right? In the regular season. But in the postseason, we're dead last. We are dead last. Every team in the National Football League done made it to at least a championship game. And we can't make it there. It's like, no, since 1997 or something like that, some crazy odd number. So if the Cowboys want to win, if they want to change some of their ways, I think that, earlier we played this clip, but it starts with this right here, setting and bringing forth an identity.
How similar to the running game then do you want it to be here, and does Mike want it to be, or how different?
Yeah, the easy answer to that is, again, we're going to play based on, our guys and what we've done well. Like the Cowboys have run the ball well here, okay? We're going to continue that. But literally, to sum it up very simply, is say this. When you're a good running football team, which we were in Seattle in 18. And
Listen properly.
With the Jets, leading the league in rushing, which I think we're going to be really, really good this year. You have to be able to run the football when the defense knows you're going to run the damn football, whether that's 4-minute, whether that's a goal line short yard situation, right? It's easy for us to trick people at times, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a great running football team. It's when they've got the box loaded, they've got the linebackers toughed up, they're trying to run through gaps, they're trying to distort your blocking schemes, but you know what? You can still run the football well.
Now that's what we really need right there. Seeing the ability to still run the ball well. Keep it listening.
And a huge part of that is the belief and the identity that when we stand up in front of the group, that the receivers buy in. CD, Brandon.
They're going to say Michael Gallup. It's an old clip. Follow me closely.
And Cooks, Michael Gallup, all those, that they know that their responsibility is in the running game. They got to kick ass. And they have to get after the safeties and get after the corners. And all that it does is set up what? Your play-action passing game. And so our identity is we know we want to be able to run the football when people know, hey, damn, they're running the football and they can't stop us.
That right there, my friends. Oh, my goodness. That right there is the underdog take of the day. Appreciate Underdog. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Claim your 50% deposit match. And with all of that being said, you go higher or lower with all of your selection. Just download Underdog Fantasy. .com and use promo code LAW. That's law. And let's get things going the best way possible with them. And as you can see, you can go higher or lower. And they do have basketball, baseball, NFL, Super Bowl. We will have all of those things available for you all right here. And speaking of running the ball, Cowboy Nation, where do y'all stand with that 12th pick? Are you willing to give up your 12th pick for Myles Garrett? Are you willing to give up some players for Myles Garrett? Are you guys willing to do the things that we normally don't do in this particular draft? Or are you willing to say, hey, let's kick the can on some other ideas? How do you guys look at it from your perspective? Because at the end of the day, it's been 30 seasons or 30 years. Or you can look at it like this. Let's do something differently. And you can cheat just a little bit and say, hey, Browns, it's such a short notice. We got a lot of holes on this team. We give you next year's first, not this year first. We give you next year first, And we'll throw in, let's say, Dono or somebody, Ashton Gentilaw, this is from Alfred Reed. Appreciate you. Not just for a 1-year law, Ty, man. How many years does it take for you to win the Super Bowl? And I get it. We want to build. We continue to build. At some point, we going to have to take the risk. And the risk going to always be there. That's the whole message of the day. Like the risk, the possibility of failing is always going to be presented. And the Cowboys been so secure with their jobs that they don't take the necessary risk or the calculated risk to be able to say to themselves, we're going to do that, because they felt as if though they was burned from the Brandon Carr. Which, if you look at Brandon Carr's career here, it wasn't as bad as much people would like to say. But it was just the headlines that really crippled them. The $50 million headline for a cornerback when he was going into a system that the Cowboys ripped apart and started to do a whole different defense, right? And that's a whole nother conversation. And, of course, they were burnt, really, really burnt for the Williams kid. What was his first name? I forgot his first name. Roy Williams, right? They were burned off of their Roy Williams. And that was idiotic when they made the move. Wasn't nobody saying, let's give up 2 firsts or a first and a third. What did they give up to get Roy Williams? And it was confusing. We had 2 Roys on the team, one defensive, one offensively, you know. So it's one of those things. Yes, and Brady says, you better not lie to me, Shotty. Or Snotty. Run the ball for real. I got PTSD from Mike McCarthy lying. Yeah. Yeah. But see, the thing is, the difference is with Mike McCarthy lying, you know he lied. Yeah.
Take the money out, all of it.
Yes, indeed, Mike McCarthy. You supposed to be on the diet, Big Mike. It shows here that you gain weight. You know, I've been fasting.
Take the money out.
Yeah, what's all of that grease on your lips? Hey, man, leave me alone. I'm fasting, you know. I fast for 1 hour. I fast for 2 hours. Leave me alone, Mike McCarthy. He was getting bigger, man. Shoot. All right. And the other time we got burnt is with, was it Joey Galloway, right? And we were chasing ghosts dead. The whole notion of getting a Joey Galloway and drafting Antonio Bryant and also making all of the moves that we try to make for making all of the moves that we tried to make for Roy Williams could have been done in the free agency, not the trade situation. Carr gave up one. Look, row 504 says Carr gave up that one-handed catch. Odell Beckham, but Carr career was that bad. Law? No, Carr wasn't that bad, and we won that game. You know, that was the most craziest catch that really didn't count because we beat the Giants that year. And Odell Beckham reaching all the way back to the heavens, catching that ball on Brandon Carr. And it's crazy, you know, that he get known for that catch when it was literally they lost that game. But, you know, at the end of the day, what hurt Carr's career was that catch. And I believe in that same year, the Cowboys were so smart that they had Jeff Heath as the deep safety and Carr as the cornerback that was trying to stop Megatron that year, and he scorched us. And everybody was seeing Carr at the back of their jersey and Jeff Heath trying to hit the air, you know. So that what really killed Carr was the Megatron. yeah, that what really killed him. And then a little later on that year or the next year, that Odell Beckham catch. And people were like, man, I'm done with Carr. But who on this team would have been able to stop Megatron? You know, Megatron was him that year, you know. He was Himothy, and he was doing his thing. But that what gave the bad reputation for Brandon Carr. What if I'm talking about we got Myles Garrett and we got Cooper Kupp here that's available, right? If you have enough money. And we talking about Carr. Yeah, boy. Oh, my gosh, man. But when we look at everything and we say to ourselves, of course, I do like offensive line play. Don't get me twisted. And I do like the Josh Simmons deal here. This is Josh Simmons tape. He is a unbelievable left tackle that can probably be good on the next level. Look how he shoot his hands, get him inside, pivot, and look at the space and opportunity there. You want to redirect, get them shoulders squared, and he got them. Watch how squared his shoulders are when you're looking at him, and he climbs and he gets to the next level. Watch, he slide, climb, and how he jump up off of his stance is phenomenal, and that creates alleyways for your runner, right? Keep your shoulders squared. You're not going to get past his inside hip, and he's able to ward you off with those extensions. it's like having vice grips, man. Once those grips get on you, you're not breaking away easily when you look into this. And we're going to talk about this clip a little further when I have you guys on my one-on-one film session. And if you can look at the hole, the alleyway in the kick slide, he's able to get there. Watch how comfortable the quarterback is. He don't have a time to worry about his blind side. And that's what you want. You want somebody to protect that wall and get things out for you. Now, granted, the reason why I'm very skeptical, and this is good. Good tape. Watch. Pull. Get out of the way. Move, Ben. Get out of the way. Yeah. Move, Ben. Look at it. Get him on the ground. Look at that. He get a dog award. He get a dog award on that. Watch how he get him on the ground. Yeah. Who let them dogs out? Just Josh Simmons over there. Man, look at him, boy. Got that man on all fours. Give me head, rock. Oh, my bad. Wrong song. But neither here nor there. We got a super chat. Appreciate you. I'm not going to forget y'all over here. Eric Green says defense win championships. Look at the Chiefs. They do. All right, but let's go, and we will see how this defense can all work out for the future. You look at Josh, and you will say to yourself, this will be a good situation. He will fit right on there. Oh my gosh, man! Look at him blocking off. You can't get to the quarterback. He got enough time to create a whole new ceiling of situations. I mean, at the high point of the route right here. Look at him, and let's see. Yeah, he would have delivered if he was any good, that quarterback right here. But I would say this with Josh. These are all pre-injuries tape. Post-injury tape is a difference. It's like trying to evaluate Trayvon Diggs and saying, yeah, Diggs, man, before the ACL, man, oh, my gosh, man, look at Diggs, man. Or when you look at the likes of Michael Gallup. Whew. Michael Gallup right now, if he didn't have that damn injury, and we can't see the future, he would be our number 2 wide receiver on this team. Jalen Tolbert can't hold Michael Gallup's pads. Well, he can hold the pads, but, Jalen Brooks, he's not a Michael Gallup. And Brandon Cooks, he's such a limited receiver. No offense to you, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. But Brandon Cooks, his statue and the limitations that he can't high point the ball, right? And when he's tight, he's not going to make the contested catch. We saw it. He allows the ball to hit his frame and body. But at least Gallup would gallop and get it, So, but that is for what it is. Appreciate y'all so much. But let's click back over to all of this. And before I go a little bit further, I want to thank all of you guys for the birthday wishes and your love and support. David, Sadiq, all of those individuals that sent me some unbelievable gifts and stuff like that. And I think I got a whole bunch of stuff over here. Oh yeah. And I got a chance to,
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
Shay. Yeah. I got the Shays over here, man. So, yeah. And yeah, you can hear it all over there. So shout out to y'all love and support, man. Your love and adulations for the nation. Really appreciate you. And it's smooth, man. It's smooth over here. So, yeah, appreciate all of y'all for y'all support. Thank all of you guys for your love and adulations, too, that sent me personalized messages and things of that nature. I was going to say that earlier this morning, but we were live on the show, and we had a lot of good energy there. Yeah. So you're seeing this right here of Josh Simmons, and of course that's the running back right here, and this is him climbing, getting to the next level there, and just bulldozing people over. So I would say this, ladies and gentlemen, it's always good to have an offensive lineman, Nobody wants an offensive lineman until they need one, right? That's how that goes. Man, I can't stand offensive lineman, but I need one now, and it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? That's the old saying, and it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. We learn all of those things, right? We should know it and apply it to heart. Law, I was waiting on my invite to the party. Yes, indeed. Well, see, the next time you're in Dallas, Angie, just hit us up, and we're going to have pop champagne bottles, and we're going to have the go-go lights and everything. It's going to be great. And we're going to have the VIP section. Yeah. We're going to have it all over there. But that's next time, you know. Adam says, let's go get Mbuka. Well, we'll see how the draft unfolds. I'm still sticking with we need to get skilled players. I think that the base of this team with strategy and scheme, you can get the other things that's available here in Dallas. But you got to get those things as it relates to that. And I get it, you know, as they say, what we got over here. You always got the mystery box, you know.
Hold on. You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
What, are you crazy? We'll take the boat.
No, not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
Then let's just...
We'll take the box.
We'll take the box. You gave up a boat for free tickets to a crappy comedy club.
Yes, no offensive line. Go Buckeyes. Yeah. Law, don't be wilding like Shay. Nah. Yes, indeed. You can't keep drafting no skilled players and need back wideouts. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah. You got to have skilled players. You got to come up with a philosophy here. You must do those things. If not, then you'll continue to be circling the wagon and saying to yourself, how come we haven't gotten over the hump? Now, speaking of that, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in, let's pivot a little bit and talk about this right here. Give me 1 second here. I thought I had it all of my file here. Yeah, hold on for me. I'll keep holding on. Okay, we went over. I'm just rolling real fast. We went over most of everything. Did we talk about the running back coach already? He's better than Jeff Blasco, Derek Foster. It's not Tashard Choice. All right. And then we got Underwood, not Blair, but as our wide receiver coach. Our offense and defense is pretty much done. All of our positioning groups, right? Overstreet, he's hired as the DB coach. Yeah, every position is nearly filled now. Law, can you please show Ashton Jeanty college tape, please? Not live, but I did a video already. I can't show you live footages of Ashton Jeanty because of the fact that it's copyrighted. But if you go type in Ashton Jeanty on my Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, you can see the clips there, especially on my Twitter page. We talked about Jeanty. I think that Jeanty or any running back in this particular draft that you draft early with can help this team out, because I think that we've been inefficient or deficient with skilled players. We have the illusion that we have them, right? Like we talk about the Kevontae Turpins, who we found on the streets, basically. He was an undrafted guy, right? We can talk about CeeDee Lamb, who's the only skilled guy that when you think of anybody that can give us impact in these games, is CeeDee. Outside of that, we don't have any other skilled guys. So the Cowboys really, really, really need to look into this sky mirror or mirror, not the sky mirror, and say to themselves, these are the guys that can help this team out. They can stretch the field. They can make a play one-on-one. They can bust it. And, you know, instead of getting you 12 and 13 yards and say, yeah, we need players that can run 40 yards and 50. We don't have that here. Still don't know who our wide receiver coach is. Our wide receiver coach is the guy with the high top fade. We try to bring the 90s back, baby, even with the hairstyle. Y'all better watch out. Yeah, this is our wide receiver coach. and I'm gonna pull him up in a few seconds. And my guy, he said, he looked like the '80s versions of CeeDee Lamb. He do. For a second, I said, man, Lamb gonna Papa Lamb gonna have to do some explaining to do, or no, what's her name? Mama Lamb. Yeah, the Mama Lamb gonna have to do some explaining over here because he looked like CeeDee Lamb a little bit. That's why he said, I'm gonna get this job, son. I'm gonna get this job, but I can't braid my hair because they gonna know the secret is out. yeah. So they gonna know he looked just like CeeDee. He need to do a side by side. I'm gonna tell Attack do a side by side of him and CeeDee. But if you ever get a chance, and no offense to Cliff Lamb, shout out to him, man. He's a good friend and follower of the show. But CeeDee don't look like Cliff. Hey, don't come get me, y'all. Oh my God. Let me get all up out of here. Don't come get me, Cliff. We all love the Lambs. Yeah, he just don't look like you though, Cliff Lamb is about 5'8", 5'7". CeeDee all 6'2", 6'3". Oh my God. Truth only says stop, Law.
This is where we hold them. Please come home. I got beans and
baloney. Lord, you are not invited to the star. You call it rift between the families, Yeah, indeed. So, man, look, man, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, shout out to him, though. Shout out to all of the lambs. I don't want no lambs after me. No lamb chops, none of that stuff. Jeez. All right, man. Let me get on open here, man. If you somehow been watching this show and you've been having a good time, and you really enjoy this show. Shit, I'm in some type of trouble over here, boy. I should have used that one as a joke, but it is, man. It's hard to see. It's hard to see CeeDee in there, Yeah, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on, y'all bear with me now. I just got to make my case, man. Hold on. Yeah, murder was the case that they gave me. Hold on. Y'all bear with me, man. Y'all bear with me, and don't y'all come get me, man. I'm just pointing out the obvious, Who remember? It was a movie I watched many moons ago, and I think it was the what's the name of that dang old movie? Meet the Fockers. And I think it was part 3 or part 4, Meet the Fockers, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And on Meet the Fockers, there was one episode where old boy thought for sure that the dude done slept with the damn nanny or some stuff, man. And it was funny, man. It called Meet the Fockers, man. And let me know if y'all ever seen that, Lord, can you come back to the start? No. All right. Exhibit A, come on here. Come on, don't get me, y'all. Don't get me now. That's CeeDee Lamb dad right there. Let's see Exhibit 2. Let's see Exhibit B. Now, is he more like... Which one?
oh my goodness! Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
Oh shit! Oh my God! I'm cancer, baby. Angie said, I love your sense of humor. Angie Lamb, I appreciate you. I thank you so much. I ain't trying to call no rift between the family and them. I'm just pulling up some pictures and let the observation do itself. I got to tell my dad. I said, hey, wait a minute. Now, mom ain't here to talk to me no more. But, hey, Mom, what's going on with James Harden and them? See, I get it on my side, too. All right. In the name of comedy, all right, that's Lamb. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up side by side. Hold on. Now, which one of you guys look like a lamb? You know, hold on with it. Maybe he the cousin, you know, who knows? You know, he could be some deep genes in this thing. It's some deep genes. Hold on. What that lie detector test say? You know what I'm saying? Can somebody point out what the lie detector test say? What did it say? Which one? Now, I'm just saying. Just out of curiosity. Now, which one of these are CD Lamb's dad? To the right or to the left? Now, I'm just calling it out. We live right now. Which one? Oh my gosh, man! If you somehow watching this, man, I'm gonna say it one more time. Give me one more time. I'm gonna say, all right. So which one is the daddy? Oh, I mean, which one is CD Lamb's dad? Right or left? If you just an alien dropped off of this planet Earth, you just came here. Which one? Right or left? Come on. Let me see. R. Put R for right. Put L for left. Only Mama Lamb would know. Come on with it. Nobody. If you somehow watching this and you swerve and you drive off the road, I'm going to tell you who you need to call.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. That's 214-817 and all of the threes you can dial. Be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. And if we offended anyone, be sure to reach out to them too about that, because you got offended and you were driving and then something happened. So call out to them, and if you can't reach them on that line, which would be weird, just go to frankelfirm.com. Call my phone. They would take great care of you, you know. Come on, man. CD Lamb, my cousin, man. He ain't come after me, man. Come on with it, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Hey, man. Don't come after me, y'all. Don't come after me. Maury is on the line. The hotline for your mind is 657-390-7391 is that line. And just to be real with you guys, regardless of the Cooper Kupp information that they are literally saying that they're going to trade him, they're looking for people, indeed, be sure to know that when we say those things, it's not like the Cowboys don't have a chance or an opportunity if we don't get a Myles Garrett, if we don't get a Cooper Kupp. I'm not implying that at all, right? But the first caller from the 409, what's on your mind, D? Shift, you live.
Hey, what's good, Lord, man? I just walked in when you started clowning, man, so I kind of missed everything that just happened. It's probably for the best, bro.
No doubt, man. You good, man. Freestyle show, damn it. Whatever you got on your heart, man. What you got for me?
What's on my heart right now, man, is, man, I was looking at kind of the Cardinals, man. I was looking at their podcast, and they made a video especially about losing to Clayton Adams, man. The boys was heartbroken, bro.
I'm gonna have to go check that out. It's on their YouTube page. Where is it at?
Yeah, it's a PHNX Cardinals like podcast, but I know it's PHNX.
Man, if you can get that link, man, drop it off on my Twitter or something, man, or tag
I'll
me in.
put it in the stream right here, you know.
Yeah, do that, man.
Or your Twitter.
Yeah. Cause I gotta screen it first. You might have some background music that they gonna come after me, you know.
Yeah. Nah, it's you know, it's just like a couple new media members, you know, on Cardinal side, and you know they just sitting there and just talking about they brought up the fact that as the Cardinals, you know, as a Cardinals fan, they ain't never really seen too many position coaches, you know, lead their team. Nobody really trying to pull from the Cardinals club or whatever. But this was one of those rare few. And I mean, when they talk about everything that's been going on with the running game, you know, they gave it all to him and all the praises.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's good stuff, man. To finally get someone who values running game, right? I think that's been a avoided area. You can't name a history of the Cowboys being successful without running game in the postseason.
Then you also got to think about not only the ability, you know, to just set up the run game, but also, man, I didn't know that he was that cold with the pass blocking, and just as far as like the amount of pressures and the amount of sacks they allowed. You're talking about a top 5 team, you know.
Yeah,
in both of those metrics.
What was we had Mike Solari, right, and Joe Philbin. May God continue to bless those guys, but I think that they were. I think time them pretty much passed them by. Whereas like these guys were not evolving enough or quick enough. Not saying just because you're old you can't, but I just think that we've been in those dark areas as it relates to offensive line coaches. So now we got a young guy who's 38, 39 that's going to be our new offensive line coach that's going to bring creativity, juice to the table. And that way we won't have to be just constantly looking for first-round draft picks out of offensive linemen.
Yeah, man. I you know, just watching these type of shows, man, just kind of made me big on just trenches, man, and big on the offensive line and understanding how valuable those things are. I mean, we saw firsthand what the Cardinals did to us the year before last when we was looking at them as, we're going to walk over that team, and they ended up punching us in the mouth.
Oh, so you inverse. So you are in favor of the shift of drafting the offensive lineman with the 12th spot?
I'm not saying that, Law. I'm a share. Because, you know, I've been an offensive line guy pounding the table. I'm not going to complain.
Right.
I'm definitely not going to complain because I'm of the mindset that had we come in with the same guys and poor offensive line coaching, that we're good at weapons if you can't get it out to them. You know, we're good at weapons when you become one-dimensional and everybody's setting up to take those weapons away from you and dare you to run. But now we got a guy who can do something with this personnel. The Cowboys ain't, since Bill Callahan showed me that they can have a coach that can do something with just random personnel. You know, we were doing things. He was with Callahan around. We had like transitioning from the Bernardo and all them type of cats.
Well, Callahan, I think he was here in 14 and 15. I could be wrong from there, but I think that he was there through that stretch, 13, 14, and 15, and then we lost him in 16.
13, that line was decent, man. When you talk about a rookie, Travis Frederick. Tyron Smith, you know, that second year, his first year as a left tackle, but that was his second year in the league because he played right tackle first year. You know, he improved drastically from that second year of his to the third year. And then, you know, again, you had guys like Bernardo and
I mean, through the stretch of the years, man, we had some terrible situations. Doug Free,
man,
you know.
That's all I got, man. I know you probably packed on the line, bro, so I'm going to free it up and I'm going to share, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. That's D.
Bro.
Shift,
yes,
okay.
Sir.
That's from the 409. Actually, you know, he was the only one in here. So I appreciate everybody for holding tight. But now we get somebody from the 202 Washington. What I'm telling you. All right, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What's good for you?
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
It's your world.
I want to talk about the Brian Schottenheimer, right?
Okay.
If you watch like towards the end of the season, you seen how like we was running the ball, and I think that was Schottenheimer because guess what? Rico Dowdle was, he was cooking. He had like 100 yards every single game, and I think that was Schottenheimer. So I'm not gonna say it's not a bad pickup, or it's not. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's mid. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not as bad as people say he is. I'm not gonna say he's the best. You know what I'm saying? But like, I understand now because I feel like we're gonna get Ashton Jinxie now because you know what I'm saying. Brian Schottenheimer, I think he's a running coach. You get Ashton Jinxie, run the ball. You know.
Okay, so your stance is that Shotty is not as bad as what most people believe that he is, right? That's your stance. Yeah. You know, I believe is the differences of they just don't know who he is. They just don't know, right? And people, especially when you are the Dallas Cowboys, they're gonna talk about us every day on the 3-letter, 4-letter network. They're not talking about the Jets right now on their coaching staff. They might touch a little bit on the Bears, but the headline is always going to be the Cowboys. And it would have been the same if we had an Aaron Glenn here. They were like, hey, well, who is his offensive line? You know, will he be able to handle the pressure here in Dallas? So those topic lines going to always be that.
And it's so crazy. It shows you how much even fans hate Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how you can hate somebody that didn't even do nothing yet. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not saying Brian is a good sign. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl, but he's not as bad as people say he is. People just wanna be mad at something. You get what I'm saying, bro? I'm not saying this is a great signing. You know what I'm saying? But he's not as bad. People say he is. He didn't even get a play started, and people already saying he's bad.
This is what, and those people that say he's bad, they don't have evidence to say that he's great. You see, and I got to be fair with those individuals. So that's why I got him at a 5. You know, because I'm looking at it like, okay, that's a neutral spot, and he can either elevate that number or decrease that number based off of the games that he have. So that's how I look at it. Like, I do like, now, for example, how this team is being assembled. Oh, yeah, I like this, man. It's showing me positive ways, you know. But just because you make a few good grades, it ain't time to turn into term paper yet, you know. So that's how I'm looking at it, right? That's how I'm looking at it, fam. So I'm giving him grace. I'm giving him mercy. I'm allowing time for him to fill out his roster, his team, and then we gonna act accordingly. There's good news about the offensive line coach. I love that. It's good news about the running back coach. He's better than Jeff Blasco, so we are better to that degree. So I'm sitting back. I'm waiting, man. I'm rubbing my hand like Birdman. I'm trying to see how this puzzle gonna look once it's all said and done.
Yeah, man. That's all I wanted to say. And one more thing.
What's that?
I might be your youngest supporter. I don't know. I'm 17 years old. I might be your youngest supporter.
Maybe,
I'm
man.
not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I might be.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Hey, man, you got a lot of faith, man, to be 17, and you never got a chance to witness the greatness of this team. So, hey, it's coming around the corner, bro. Just hold tight. Especially, man, you in Washington, D.C., too? Woo! God bless you, bro. I got you, man. I got you, though.
All right, man. All right. It was nice talking to you, bro.
Nice talking to you, man. At 17 years, boy, still trying to discover life and everything, just learning. You know, 17, you still learning how to read and write, huh? I'm just messing with him. But no, man, life be lifing, and it's always good to hear the youth and the young, talk about this sport. And to see, that we still got support. People are coming out of the wombs, still supporting this team, Jerry. And it's been 30 years, 30 seasons, and that kid, he never got a chance to see anything beyond the divisional round. So look, give him a round of applause. I got Adam, man, from the 623. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good, Love? Long time no talk, man.
Man, hey, it's a long time. But how you feeling?
Hey, man, but overall, this off season, I'm really enjoying the risk we're taking outside of our own, just outside of our own staff. It kind of reminds me about fire pits. When you put out that fire, you can't leave no ashes. Or when you about to cook up something new, you can't leave the coals in there. You got to clean it all out. You can't leave any remnants, because then all those remnants you'll taste in your meal. It'll leave a nasty taste in your mouth. So I kind of look at it. It's like it's hard to ignite a spark when you're lighting something new, and you want to create something new and exciting for like the fan base.
Right.
And that's kind of how like the epitome of Jerry's success was in the 90s. It's because it was like a spark. It was like a high. Like it was great. Like the first hit, it was great. The second time, the third time, it was great. But it's just the hunger was no longer there, because he got what he wanted. He cooked what he wanted, and he did, and keep the fire burning. The love for the team was lost, like going into like the 2000s and leading to this point on. Like I said, this year, it's an unknown, because like I said, I think Shoddy has the staff to equip them with the philosophy, but it's just now the free agency. Jerry ignited the fire, but it's whether or not he wants to keep it burning and build a long, slow-burning dynasty, because the love for this team should not be a spark. Just like for a love for one another. Like when marriages fall out of correlation, they fall out because it's a choice. And just like with love, it's a choice to keep the fire burning. You can let that fire die out, and you'll see its last burning flames. What we saw was like after 1996. Those were the last burning flames, and those flames slowly burn the hottest. But man, they get put out the quickest. And that's the thing that I just tend to think about. When it's like you can apply any aspects to life to football, because football is the perfect game of life. Yeah,
it is. It is, man, and I love the way you presented that. But don't you know this right quick before I let you go to the next caller? The hottest flame is the blue part. You know what I'm saying? And the
blue part.
The blue flame is the hottest of the flame, right? You just see it at the bottom. It's more hot. And that's what we want to catch right here, bro. With Shotty, with the unknown, he can be that spark. And hopefully, the team that's around him as far as his coaching staff. Great leaders. It states this all the time, even in business class, business law 101, getting work done through others is showing that you have the ability to delegate and get things done. And if Shotty can do that, still call the plays, by the way, but if he can get Clayton Adams and Derek Foster to be on the same page as far as that running back room and offensive line play, and then Lunda Wells coming in for the tight end coaching spot, and then we got the guy with the high top fade, at wide receiver coach. Man, this could also be phenomenal, bro, by having the area of the unknown. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one thing I also want to say, what puts out the fire may be the culture or the environment of the circumstances. And there's been times where we have put out our own fires. Like we didn't see, or we didn't like how it was gelling because it was too smoking, and it was just too. It's like, so at the same time, what also may compromise the fire from burning is also the environment. And we have to make this an environment to be welcomed for all players and staff, and that starts from the top. But that's all I have. Love for today, Law. Much love to you. Take it easy, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That's Adam, man. Great call from him. Yeah. Appreciate everybody. And shout out to the Blue Flames. We need to reach out to YouTube and Facebook and say, hey, we need blue flames, not just the red ones. We need the blue kind out here, But let's go. Shout out to you, Paul. Speak on it, Young Law. Yes, indeed. I got Lou from the 304. You are live on The Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hey, what's good, Law? How's it going?
Hey, going well, bro. Can't complain.
Hey, Yeah, I mean, you know, we hear Steven. They hear the cry of the Dallas Cowboys fans, but you know, he's just pandering to the crowd to get them ramped up, to say that he hears them. But I don't believe that he'll actually do what's necessary in free agency, because one of our biggest gripes were to bring in a coaching staff that was competent and were able to run their own team. Okay, so let's not discount that. We're saying that they're making these great hires and we're hiring outside of their comfort zone, but they did the same thing with Mike McCarthy. I just want people to know nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We remember we brought in Nolan, and we were going to switch to a 3-4 in the middle of COVID, or C-19, excuse me. So let's not get super hype about these hires, because this is the same thing he has done, or they have done, whenever bringing in a new coach, a new regime. Now, what the biggest or the telling aspect of it will be, what will they do in free agency? Are they really going to, create that 60, 70 million you need to actually get competent players instead of those 1 year hit wonders? Hopefully we can catch lightning in a bottle, and that's exactly how they've been playing it for the last 30 years with, signing 1 year deals, signing the UFL players, trying to catch lightning in a bottle, knowing that that's not how this
so
field. You can't
so for me, I'm looking at this from your opinion and from your thoughts, from your feedback now, is that you like, man, I ain't buying this at all. You're not buying none of the things that was said in the course of this week, and Eberflus is equivalent to Mike Nolan, or what we getting at? What we got?
No, I'm not buying what he's saying, because they've said this before. I'm all in. Jerry said this before. Then Steven comes back and says, well, I'll never know when he isn't all in. It's the same shit. We are literally, riding this wave of emotion instead of logic. We cannot go off of these words. We have to go off of actions. The biggest change in the biggest change is the change of action, not what you say.
Right. So let me ask you this, logically speaking, give me your moves for coaching, staff members, free agency before the start of the season. What would be the logical thing from your point of view, Lou? What would have been the most logical thing?
Right now, the logical thing, okay, Schottenheimer, I get it. You're giving him a shot. I mean, if you really look at it any other way, it was going to be that Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn were going to be similar type of hires. They've never been head coaches, but they've had a lot of experience. If you want to go through it, I mean, he's been a career assistant, so he has technically more experience than any of those new hires. So I'm not too torn up about what he's going to do or who he is as the coach. I get it. He is an internal hire, but it's okay. His staff, of course, they still did not let him pick who he wanted him to be, or who he wanted to be his defensive coordinator or his defensive side. That was all Jerry. That's all Steven, of what they have. They still have their hands in. So It's not like they're really letting him do what he wants to do. So I would have actually
to be fair to a general manager, their responsibilities, general manager's responsibility is one of them is to pick out the staff. It's just somehow you got an old 82, 83-year-old general manager, right? So he did pick out the staff. He picked out Eberflus. Of the available candidates on defense, I think that he was probably one of the better ones that was available outside of Robert Saleh as a defensive coordinator, right? So we got to give him at least a positive grade on that, right? Because I don't think that it would have been wise to have Shotty to pick out a defensive coordinator when he's been pretty much been the assistant play caller or the assistant installer. I don't think that he's been immersed or immersed into those particular things, right? Logically speaking, though.
Yeah, logically speaking, but if we're going to call it what it is, you're the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. In any team, you would actually get to pick your staff, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, one for one. Okay.
One for one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now if we go into free agency, right?
Right.
I don't want to see us go after, a top tier free agent. I would be comfortable if we went with the running back of Aaron Jones. I would go with if you bring Rico back, he wasn't bad. I think the pin and pull and the type of offensive running scheme we're going to have, I think he'll be very beneficial. But at the same time, you need a scat back. You need somebody that's going to hit that hole and go.
Right.
Pause if necessary. So I would say a good running back, a good D tackle. Don't draft another D tackle. Don't bring me another journeyman. Go get me a stout D tackle.
Right.
That's going to has at least 4 or 5 years on him. Make young and put some money behind him. 4 or 5 years on him, and see exactly where he can go with that. Then I would definitely reach in and I would go and grab a safety. I will grab a safety and maybe another corner. And then after that, you get 2, maybe 3 free agents that are impactful. Not, just don't give me the 1-year wonders. Don't give me those. Give me those 2, maybe 3 that are impactful. Then after that, you fill out your roster. Now, if you're going to go draft, I want to get to the draft to run BPA.
Yeah, but you got to do the free agency part first. Yeah, and I hear you, A-Lou.
Correct.
Yeah, so I mean, I hear your concerns and your worries there. I can't change your mind. That's not the whole objective of this show, because those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, right? So I'm just here to hear your feedback, and then we'll assess from there. I just say that, it's not a sexy hire, right? It's the area of the unknown. He's been a journey man for a long time. He's been coaching since 2001, and he's haven't been a head coach. So we'll see how this would be for him, and I'm going to just give this man a chance to fail, right? That's how I'm going to look at it from here. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, A-Lou.
No problem.
No, that's a good call from him, man. The next caller, hold tight. I just want to say this, though. Everyone have the opinion, right? And his strong opinion is the fact that, it wasn't a logical move for the Cowboys to hire a guy from within and not allow him to pick his own people, right? And we are stuck in the same mode. But I think that Mike McCarthy, he lied to us. He lied to the Joneses. He said out of his mouth that he watched every clip and every tape of Kellen Moore, right? And then within the same year, the next year, he said that, hey, there are things that Kellen Moore do that I don't like. Whereas the difference is between this particular guy, Shotty, is that he wants to run the ball. So what did he do? He reached out to Arizona, and now they have Clayton Adams, who is by far one of the top 10 guys that's in the National Football League that ran the ball, right? We reinstated Luna Wells here, who the tight end room developed and grew from since 2020. So we keep that continuity here. We got a Derek Foster, someone who got skin on the wall, who's trained and helped develop guys like the Bucky Irvins of the world, right? Who been and cutting his teeth on absolutely coaching players on how to run, ready your landmarks, at plant foot, get upfield. Been one of those guys that we can look back on. And you can't find me tapes and clips of Jeff Blasco just doing the little things like supposedly being able to just do this right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pull up this clip right quick. We haven't seen Jeff Blasco do this, so
in this drill, they got him simulating a jump cut here, and they're going to run through the tackle.
Jump cut, run through the tackle.
You see him making contact with the ball. Tackler coming in low.
Step through it. Here we go. Go. Press. Burst. There you go. Nice.
I said Bucky Irvin. I meant he wasn't with this particular program where Caleb was there, but he worked with those guys. My apologies, thinking that, It was the other guy that worked with Bucky Irvin. So apologies. But what I'm getting at is that you don't have nothing on your resume as Jeff Blasco because he was a tight end coach. They got converted in Kansas to an offensive line coach, and then got here, went back to what do you call that? Tight end coaching / and then they made him a running backs coach, which that was all in-house gibberish, you know. So I just think that whoever we got, hell, they could have had Angie or David that's in the chat to be the damn running back coach, and it probably would have been the same results, you know. So I just look at it like that. And let's get to this next caller here. Appreciate you from the 313. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, it's Cuddy.
Cuddy.
First of all, I want to say happy belated birthday, man. I missed it in advance, man, but I hope it was a good one, man.
Yeah, man. It was great, man. You know, all of the loved ones were with me and got a chance to eat me a good steak. Shout out to Cam. When I was in the mall, he shot me out, man, and he said he did the, oh my God, I could not believe it, you know. yeah. Everybody started like, who this guy is. And then shout out to Donald, man. We went to a restaurant, and he was like, oh my God, it's Law Nation, man. You know, hey, I'm going to tell you what, bro. Wagyu on me, so I had got my first Wagyu steak, you know. It was good, man.
Okay.
Yeah. He gave me some Wagyu, man. So he elevated my palate, man, and he took real good care of me. I can't say the name of the restaurant until they slide me some dollars, but I tell you this though, look, the food was delicioso, and the Wagyu was really good, and he took real good care of me, bro. So I appreciate the love of the nation, man.
Hey, man, you didn't talk me into going and get that Wagyu, man.
Get that Wagyu.
Okay. All right.
And I had smoked macaroni and cheese. Oh, my goodness, man. Fried. I didn't know you can fry the asparagus, man, with tips, you know. Fried asparagus tips, man. And some bread about the size of your back, dog. With some butter. The butter was sweet, man. The sweet butter on the bread, bro. It was good, man. And of course, my double hen. I had double hen. Had a double hen on a block of ice, bro. It was good, man. I had a good time.
My man, good. I'm glad it was a great one, man. I'm glad. Hey, look, on this shoddy thing, I mean, you know, you can't really be surprised, and I mean, you have to consider the full picture, right? I mean, it's the Joneses. They do want somebody they can control. They don't want to pay a lot of money, you know what I mean? And they wanted something where they were talking about some type of continuity. So Shoddy kind of fits all that. Then he's got a name that has a little legacy to it, you know, so that's something that they can sell. And like I said, I'm like you. At this point, let's give them a chance. I do like what I'm hearing about the run game because you pounded the table and a bunch of us have said it. How do we support Dak best? Let's give him a quality run game. He's a play-action quarterback. So to the extent that they're talking about doing this, some of the selections that he's made as assistants, I would have loved if they could have got Tashard Choice because it sounded like he was doing something with these running backs. But again, they weren't going to pay that price. You know what I mean? Mr. Jones, man, they ain't going to do it. You know what I mean? So we go with what we got, right?
When I found out that Ben Johnson signed a $65 million contract, I said, man, look, Shada would be lucky if he just get the 5. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Look, he like, I'm doing y'all a favor. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. But I like what I'm hearing, you know, at least like how they're doing it. The only concern I have, you know, and I hear about Steven talking about doing some things different. But, again, at the end of the day, are the players really going to respect him, or does it get to a point where, like, hey, I'll go talk to Jerry? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if that's going to continue to happen, when you talk about culture, you talk about trying to have some discipline, you're trying to hold guys accountable and all that. If they just like, hey, I'm just going to talk to Jerry, it undermines. You handcuff, especially a guy that, I mean, say what you want about Mike, but at least, with that Super Bowl behind him, that even though as many moons ago, it's some credibility.
Yeah.
This guy don't got nothing hanging on the wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's all I'm saying is that makes it a little difficult with that. But I'm like you. This is where we at. This is what they did. They got a strategy, and now we kind of see where we're going, right?
Yeah, man. Come on with it. At least we got a plan, and we can work on that and expound upon that. At least we're not going out here and saying, okay, we're just going to freestyle and buck wild. No, we had a complete plan, and I think, even though I'm giving it a 5, and they're like, hey, where you at, Law? Well, give me room, because this is like the play-by-play, right? Every day could be a different one, right? Let them rascals start making some moves, like breaking news: Cowboys get DK Metcalf. That 5 gonna go up to a 6. You know what I'm saying? Let them get a Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? And as well as a Myles, not Moreau, but Garrett. Shoot, I'm gonna be like, shoot, forget y'all. I'm gonna be crunk about this. I'm more leaning on the positive side on any situation. It's kind of like rooting for a loved one. Yeah, you got to. Yeah. I'm not gonna look at the darkness of it. I'm always glass half full. Shoot.
I'm with you. Now, just for fun, right?
Right.
For Myles Garrett, just conceivably, what would that take? Would that take 2 number ones, or what if they came to you, Law, and they said, okay. And this is assuming they could work out the salary cap, and I don't know how that would work. Okay, but let's assume somehow that could be figured out. We restructuring contracts, whatever. But if they came to you and they said, "Listen, he want to go to Dallas, we'll send him, but this is what we want. We want your number 1 this year, and we want CD, and then give us a 2." And a 3 next year, would you do it? Would you do it?
No. He's not more valuable than a CD to me. I would say this though. By him announcing that he wanted to be traded up out of there, they lose a little leverage, right? So we know, like, hey, hey, she already got wondering eyes. You know what I'm saying? So you send that Cape Cod, or you send a few drinks over there, she coming your way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got that part. She's already got the wandering eyes. So Myles Garrett wants to wander off. He's not happy at the house. So now you got to make the move properly, but you can't be over aggressively with it, right? And I know there's teams with long money, right, that can do some things and say, hey, we can go all in and get a Myles Garrett. But what you can do is let it sit. Don't be the first one to approach. Let him figure out what team and what city and state that he want to go to. But you can send some of your troops out there and say, hey, start letting Dez Bryant talk about it. Start letting CeeDee Lamb talk about it. Let Michael Parsons talk about it. Have your players to be the biggest recruit for you. And then all of a sudden, favor is not fair. Myles Garrett say, you know what? I got a home in Arlington. I want to play for the Cowboys. I grew up loving the Cowboys. But out of that same breath, guess what he said about 3 years ago?
He want his money.
I want to play for the Philly.
Oh, man. Well, listen.
So
have to get the money right, man.
You got to get the money right. Like, the Cowboys can make they can flip switches like this, man. Right. See, the money is just excuses. You got an unlimited credit card. You got, let me tell people again, you got an unlimited credit card. When you call the bank and say, I want a credit increase, they look at your score, they see that you are 820, they're not finna tell you no. You know what I'm saying? They're going to increase your credit score. That's what the Cowboys are operating with, even at a -2. $0.9 million. Right. All of this money stuff that people are saying, there's no hard stipulations on being over the cap, because if it was, the Saints would have been buried, right? Think about it. Right. The Saints are literally, let me go over the cap. Let me show you where they are at over the cap and what would be the ramifications for them being over the cap. You know what I'm saying? They are $54 million over the cap, bro. Wow. Now, I don't know about you, but let's say that I got $1 in my pocket, right? And I owe the bank $1, right? And there's another person that owed $54 million. You know what I'm saying? Who's in trouble more? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the person that owed 54.
Yeah, that's that Drew Brees money they still locked up to get.
Regardless of what they locked up with, what are the penalties? What are the repercussions? Yeah. So ain't no hard stipulation on this. They 54. The Browns are 30. Seahawks are 27. The Bills are 12. Dolphins are 11. Falcons are 11. We are $2.8 million. Now I'm going to be watching very closely, Cuddy. If I see any of those teams that below me start making moves, I'm going to say, what's the whole point of having the salary cap issue thing? You know what I'm saying? When you can always flip the switches. Yeah.
I feel it. So if they can't, and by the way, before anybody trip out, I am not saying get rid of CD. I'm not. Right. I was just throwing a hypothetical out there, okay? I'm not saying get rid of CD. So if they come to you, Law, and say, give me CD, you're going to say, no, but I got some Jalen Brooks and Tolbert, and I can give you.
Right. You know, as the Browns, they're going to ask for the highest and the biggest and the best. Yeah, they're going to say, give me Parsons. And we'll make a swap from there. You don't have to accept it. You know, you're like, no, that's how negotiation starts. You know, somebody got to at least, it takes two to dance. Unless you're Luka. You know, Luka woke up and he was like, wait, hey, hold on. You know, and Luka was going to the Lakers. You can't hate Luka for going to the Lakers. He didn't have nothing to do with it. He didn't request to be traded. So I'm telling y'all, when a person requests to be traded, the organization and the team lose a little leverage there. And the Cowboys can scoop in and say, hey, we know he's going to be gone from your team and he's going to be unhappy if y'all force him to play for your team. Well, we got a third round, we got Dono, and we got Deuce, and we can give you a futures first round pick next year. You know, I don't think that they can say outright no, you know, because beggars can't be choosers at this point. You know, that's how I look at it.
Right. And in closing, this Garrett thing make me think of, you know, so Dak got this no trade clause. Right. And people get mad about that. But talk about, you know, how valuable that is to a player having that leverage when you know what I mean? So you can wake up. See, look, like you said, Luka didn't have a no trade clause. So he woke up on his way to L.A. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that's why players got to have some of this leverage and things because you can still work with a team. I think if I understand right, I think Matthew Stafford had a no trade clause in Detroit, but they came together and had a meeting of the minds, and they, you know, he said, "Hey, I want to win," and they said, "You know what? Okay," and they worked together, and it worked out for him. He went to L.A. and they rebuilt. You know what I mean? So it can work out for both teams, you know, but it just gives that player that extra leverage, even though for some reason. We okay when the team got the leverage. We ain't okay when the player got it. You know what I mean? But I don't want to go into that.
Yes, indeed, man. Good call from you, Cuddy, man. Thank you for keeping the show going.
Thank
for
you,
me,
man. All right, appreciate you,
man. We got room for one more, but what I'm gonna say here though is that the ultimate leverage of all of this are when these players realize that this is a game. This is not serious life. This is a game. $1 billion game. And I got to protect myself because I can't wake up one morning or be driving to a store and all of a sudden look at my phone and I see that I'm traded. Nobody wants that, right? So that's why the no trade clause is there. Now, everything starts with a conversation. Everything. So is it a situation whereas Dak Prescott, if he feels as if though the opportunity is better for me to be on another team, then he would sit down with the Joneses and sit there and say, hey, all right, I'm willing to go here, remove my trade clause. I've already been talking to my agent and scout about this, and I'm willing to go here, right? That's when the conversation draws the line. But why would you leave the golden goose This is what the Cowboys do. You get unbelievable marketing opportunities, generational wealth here by all of the sponsors and beyond. So, yeah, it will be beneficial to Dak Prescott to stay. The only way you can get him to probably remove that trade clause if you embarrass him to a degree and say, hey, all right, we're going to start the backup quarterback, and we're not even going to give you an opportunity to play. And while you sitting on the shelf, you wasting good years, right? But that will be back on the faces of the Joneses because at the end of the day, he can start popping out some Mai Tais and just chill because he's getting $250 million. So the logical thing will be is, okay, how can we win with said quarterback? Oh, these are the reasons. Give him run game. Let's re-solidify with better educations of this offensive line with Clayton Adams. Let's see if we can get this man perimeter weapons. Let's try to improve the defense. It will be cheaper to do it that route versus some of the people with knee-jerk routes and say, hey, let's cut Dak and let's eat the dead money. Or trade Dak when they don't have the ability to trade him. Logically, people think of ways on how to win, not on ways to how to throw away money. I got Point Dexter from the 409. What's on your mind, bro?
What's up, my boy? Happy belated birthday.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for your support, bro. Yeah.
Today is my birthday.
Oh, man. Happy birthday to you, man. Boy, us Aquariuses got to stick together, man. So shout out to you, man. How you feeling, man, on the 3rd of February,
Man, look, I'm feeling good. My niece and my nephew are both born on the 3rd.
Oh, wow.
So we all wishing each other. Yeah, man. And right now, I'm on my way to pick up my daughter. We're going to go to the spot, and I'm going to have a drink because
Okay.
I don't have drinks unless I'm at home. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
well.
And I'm going to whoop her butt at some pool because she's a pool player.
Okay.
And we competed. You know what I mean? The apple don't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
She be whooping everybody's butt until I show up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and that's on the pool table.
Yeah, she want to get at me. But, it's kind of funny, man. I was talking to somebody, and, it's like, hey, man, the Cowboys got a lot of problems. Say, yeah, the first thing they need to do is get rid of their quarterback. This is like the stupidest stuff I ever want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't even have a conversation with you, But we got a new coach, man, and hopefully we got a new vision. That's
Right.
all I can say right now. It's going to be a long, crazy off season. We did this stuff last year, man, through free agency and through the draft and everything like this here. We kind of knew who we was going to have. But we won't have anything if we don't have 4, man. All the success we've had in the last 6 years is because of 4.
Right.
We ride and die with 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just needs to get some help. We need to get that running game, man, and we need to show up that defense and let everything else fly. And as far as the Super Bowl go, man, I don't have a dog in the fight, but man, that Patrick Mahomes, he knows how to manipulate the system, man. He can fly better than an NBA player. You know what I'm saying?
Come on with it.
He has a great awareness of the rules. You know what I'm saying? He do just enough to. Yeah, he do just enough to let the defense let up enough for him to get them 3 or 4 yards to get that first down and keep that drive going, man. It is truly a work of art. I hate all the hating that you get on Pat Mahomes, but man, Pat Mahomes is playing the system the way it needs to be played. I think that a quarterback, once he passes the line of scrimmage, should be traded as a runner.
Right.
That'll a whole lot of that. That'll stop a whole lot of that. Because once Jalen Hurts passes the line of scrimmage, he don't get the same as Patrick Mahomes. He really don't.
Yeah, he really don't. We don't. But look, let's just keep the rule for what it is for right now and we'll change it next year.
Yeah.
We'll change that rule next year, man. Don't put a finger on Pat Mahomes in this Super Bowl. If you do, there's consequences and repercussions. But you can put a finger on Jalen Hurts a little bit. He's young, Appreciate you for calling in, man.
there are going to be repercussions.
Yeah, man, and it's a pleasure talking to you, Poindexter. I just want to tell you once again, man, happy birthday, man. It's a pleasure talking to you and being one of the strong supporters of this channel, bro, and I appreciate you.
Thank you very much. And always important, I like to say, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah, man, come on with it, man. Appreciate you, man. One love, man. One love. Oh, my gosh, man. Appreciate him, man. It's always a pleasure when someone jump on the line and these sorts, man. Appreciate him. I wish he was saying that he finna go get him a steak, man. Wagyu, you know, with the caramelized onions and mushrooms on the top, you know, with the fried asparagus tips and the smoked mac and cheese. You know what? I wish I should have told the cook, hey, man, give me some yams, too, man. Put some yams on the plate, man. I know. Give me some yams and stuff. I want to know what that tastes like. But the caramelized onions, well, they was good, man. And then I had some extra shrimp, man. Put some shrimp on mine, man, you know. Lord, man, that roach of the sea. Well, that is a good roach. Give me some of them roaches, man. Put it on top of it, you know. Yeah, you can't scare me and stop eating that food. Yeah. So I had shrimp and steak, caramelized onions and mushrooms, man. Come on with it. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, man, I think I got a few super chats, man, I'm trying to get to. Shout out to you, Johnny Blue. He says, happy belated birthday, Law Nation. Sorry I missed it. Okay. Was working. I'm a 7 on Scottemeyer. On Shotty, my birthday is on the 23rd. Anyway, I got some swag for you. Just wait for my girl to finish it up. All right, shout out to you and your girl, man. I can't wait till she finish it up, man. Damn. Shout out to you, Johnny Blue, man, and shout out to your girl, man, for finishing it up. I can't wait to see it, man. Can't wait to see it. Got a super chat that I'm gonna try to go back on and read, and I really appreciate you so much. I think this was the one that we missed earlier today. Was it Peebo from Dallas? No, Dak on 50. Hit that like button. Bring Myles to Dallas. TFM. Give up. This is Tricks. Give up a third or fifth. Mingo, Dono, and Malik. A super chat from CJ, the original. I'll stop manipulating woman, gullible guys for Myles. Okay. All right. If I missed anyone else, man, please charge it to my heart. Or charge it to my head, not my heart. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. But I appreciate all of y'all's support, man, for this beautiful day. Or night now, you know, and all of those good things. Appreciate y'all, man. Wagyu costs out of the wazoos, but worth every bite, man. Hey, you ain't lying, though, you know. Law, do Poindexter have a cash app, please, for me? And Poindexter, if you hear or you can see the chat, please place your cash app in there. You got someone that wants to bless you, you know, and it's good to give. It's better to give than to receive, y'all, you know. And I really appreciate all y'all love and support. If we, like I say, one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. And Jay, appreciate you. Brenda, appreciate you. James, appreciate you. Kaliska, I think that's how you say your name. Appreciate you. Yeah. There's always going to be risk. There's always going to be risk in anything you do. Yeah. Person once said, I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stay in the house. I'm going to just order my food. Have people to deliver it for me. And one day, he just stepped outside He took the risk. And he realized that life done passed him by. He stayed in that house for so long that there was no longer horses and wagons. There was automobiles. And he was frozen with the idea that cars can drive that fast. He stepped out onto the curb and the car hit him and he died. True story. But he was fascinated on his way out. Think about it. If he was going outside for multitudes of years, he would have understood the technology and how things move. But the fear ultimately killed him. There's always going to be a risk. No one knows the day or tomorrow, or the day that they're going to be caught up into the clouds of glory. No one knows the time nor the hour. That was what I was trying to say. So take the risk, Jerry. You can either be here today or gone tomorrow. But what's the point? Stay true to what you do. It's always going to be risk. But what I'm trying to say is stop holding on. It's better to enjoy life than to contain and be stuck and conservative. Right? Get the joy of life. And I ain't talking about Taylor. But get the joy of life. Try new foods. Go to a different city. Take a different route to the house sometimes. You may find something. You might see something. Right? Fellas, stop going to the club to go see that Swedes. Go to the library. You got good ones there. The church. Go to the church. Yeah, they're really good at church. Ladies, the same way. Stop going out to go see Tyrone. Hell, the Tyrone for you may be in the pen. Be a pen pal. I'm just joking. But neither here nor there. Shout out to VIP. Shout out to Rico, Ice Wall, Cowboy, All Love Show. Appreciate y'all. Write this down. And I appreciate all of the birthday wishes. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night to give up your time and your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdy and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and it will, and all that you dream and scheme is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away, C.D. Lamb and Cliff Lamb, of the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it, Cowboys. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. We out. One love, baby. Waggle. It was good. Shout out to Cam again and shout out to Donald. You know who you are. Appreciate you for y'all's support.
Tell them run it off. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex thumb down now.
Come on.
No drip this. Tell them run it off. No sleep.
Shout out to Michael Irvin on this clip and his bodyguard.
Tell them run it off. I wake up.
Shout out to David. Appreciate you again, David, for the money that you sent. Shout out to you, Gracia. Said happy 21st birthday. I'll take it, I receive it. Come on with it.
I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'll make me great.
Come on with it.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call Law lazy, baby. Can't call me.
Pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation.
I wake up, flex,
come on,
down now, check, no drip, this, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, down now, check, no drip, this, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash,
yo, come on. What we tell him?
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Don't let me take it to Dallas. Come on with it. I see you, Ice Wall. Hey.
One false move, find yourself they getting buried. This with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Come on with it.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Not me.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
All right, baby.
Come up, bet I live up to my name.
I wake up. Come on. Kinda run it up, baby. Stretch. Ah, come on with it.
No drip, this. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell 'em run it up.
Gotta stretch it out, baby. Until next time, slow it down. All right. From LA to Dallas, baby. To live and die in LA. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like, share this content. And remember, you're listening to absolutely nothing but the best. Yep. We're bringing it back to the 90s. Look at that high top fade. We gonna go to the Super Bowl just off of his hair alone. Come on with it. Yeah.
Paul, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Lakers in 5 now, Chris. It didn't matter. Right? Phoenix Sun, Capri Sun, Mohegan Sun. The sun's about to set. It Lakers in 5.
They're about to white side, back side, sunny side.
Lakers in 5. CP3, C3PO, it doesn't matter. Star Wars, it Luke Skywalker, it Princess Leia. Bring them on.
That's who he is.
Lakers in 5.
You can have a card, you can get a guard. Hero, superhero, guitar hero. Lakers in 6. Serge Ibaka, Chewbacca, Waka Flocka. Lakers in 5.
Yeah. Come on. Lakers in 5, baby. All at one. Don't let the street lights hit you. If you don't like this song, lean forward. Danger, baby. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be on player 2? She blows. Boy, we got a 17-year-old watching this show.
If a paper crane can fly, then really doesn't feel that far. So far, so far.
Let me crack your cranium, fertilize your brain.
Until next time, DC for life.
If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
The remix.